I'm gonna start this guide off by saying I am not a fan of the leveling system in Destiny 2 when it comes to our craftable weapons. However, as of right now, the leveling process has not changed, nor do I think it's gonna change anytime soon. Trust me guys, I hope I'm wrong. With that being said though, if you're like me and you have a number of weapons that need to be leveled up, stated from Bungie, this is gonna be the week for you. And that's due to the fact that Guardian Games is returning May the 2nd, 2023. Now in the original posting, it was conveyed to us, or at least what we perceived, was that when we turned in medallions this week in Guardian Games, we would receive experience for our craftable weapons that we were wielding. That is not the case. Stated here from the Destiny 2 team, this is incorrect. However, there will be a weapon level progression buff active during the event. Now keep in mind, I'm not sure if this is just a buff active inside of the Guardian Games playlist, both for PvP and PvE, or if this is game-wide. If it's game-wide, then the farming guide we're about to give you is only going to get better. And if it's playlist specific, well then, I guess we're all going to be very active this week for Guardian Games. With that being said, today we're going to dive into how to craft your weapons very fast. One of them will include a cheese method, which involves the exotic glaive Winterbite. I know, sounds crazy. Cross Winterbite isn't even a craftable weapon. Yes, but when you get kills with Winterbite, it actually levels your craftable weapons. Do you like spaghetti code? This is Destiny 2. Now we discovered this when leveling up our Adept Trace Rifle from Root of Nightmares, Acacia's Dejection. We were trying to see exactly what the leveling process was like, as well as the upgrade process for Adept weapons. Feel free to check out that guide if you want. Now things were going at a regular pace. We were on our hunter, we were at our Shuro checkpoint, and before somebody jumps up and says cross, why not just go to grass? Listen to me guys. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Those ads in the beginning that spawn over and over again do not count 1 to 1, meaning 1 kill does not equal 1%. No, it's much worse than that. At least 2 kills are required to get 1% at grass. On top of that, the Shuro checkpoint allows you to rally. So if you're leveling things like special weapons or heavy weapons, you can just rally over and over. There are clear benefits here, especially if you're combining with things like Tether. You're going in with Orpheus Rig, you're popping your super off, you're refreshing it back to back, and then wiping. This has been the best method for leveling weapons. Boring as hell. Trust me, I wish there was another way. At the same time, the inner RuneScape player in me has no problem grinding thousands of hours, doing the most monotonous tasks. We're talking 50% of a level every 2 or so minutes, dying, popping back up, rallying if necessary, rinse and repeat. But then, all of a sudden, a fellow viewer of ours named Jaffa appeared in the chat with what he said was a new, much faster strategy to level up craftable weapons. And as a Destiny player, we go out of our way to find the cheesiest of the cheese, even if it means wasting an ass load of time, for science is necessary. Essentially though, Jaffa promised us that this method would easily double the pace at which we were gaining levels. The only catch is, you have to use the exotic glaive Winterbite. But we're not leveling Winterbites, so why and how would that work? Well, like most things in Destiny nowadays, it's of course a bug, and a weird one, but it works, and it works flawlessly. So much so that it completely sped up the process of us leveling up this trace rifle, and we were done in 20 minutes. So for the time being, you too can take advantage of this, and if this happens to stack with whatever buff Guardian Games brings to us this week, then this is gonna be crazy fast. So first, grab some of those craftable weapons, grab your Winterbites, get a Shuro checkpoint, which you can get from our Discord. Always feel free to come in and ask for a checkpoint, and by the way, if you do get a checkpoint, all that we ask is that you pass it on to someone else. Link down below in the description. Now before we get too deep into things, this method only works for leveling energy weapons. Now we have a theory as to why this is, but we're gonna save that for later. What's important is how you perform this method in the fastest way possible. Now Java's recommendation was to use Warlock, as they have a lot of very easy ways to heal. Easy as in Devour. You also have Kornstein's Armlets, which synergizes with glaive melee kills. This will help you stay alive while you're getting kills and poking things with Winterbites. Now if you don't have a Warlock, what you want to do is prioritize staying alive, because dying of course resets everything, which is obviously not optimal. We're gonna go over exotics and things you could use to keep yourself alive on each class in just a second. But first, this is how everything works. And guys, it couldn't be simpler. You start the Shuro encounter. You walk through the doors and literally just kill everything with your Winterbite's melee without stopping. Every kill with Winterbite's melee will give you experience for your equipped energy weapon that is a craftable weapon. Guys, that's it. That's literally the guide. Now we have a couple of theories amongst our editors. One theory is that because glaives are usually energy weapons, something in the code is still tying Winterbite to potentially that energy slot. So it may actually be counting as energy kills, and because your energy weapon is crafted and equipped, you're getting experience for it. Now using this method, we were actually gaining about 42% of a level each run, with each run taking around 60 seconds. Guys, that's cooking. Now why this is much better than the Hunter Hunter Tether route first stems from comparing the time taken. Using the original Hunter Tether strats, our average time taken each run is about 1:45. We also have to pop the tether, wait for enemies to walk into it, kill enemies slowly so more of them spawn, and of course we have to use the weapon that we're actually trying to level up. This of course can be aggravating with things like sniper rifles or any other special weapon, so now we're gonna have to sit there and rally our flag every single time, which may not be a problem for you if you have a ton of rally flags. And doing all of this gets us somewhere around 48% of our level. That's only 6% more than what we're getting here with Winterbite, and it takes half the time. On top of that, the tether strat literally requires a hunter. Now keep in mind, throughout this strategy, you cannot use the Winterbite projectile. That won't work. It has to be melee kills with Winterbite. So you're gonna be always up close to enemies and always in the fray, hence why you need to prioritize health and staying alive, which is why we're on Warlocks. They really do have it easy in this category. You have Feed the Void aspect, which gives you Devour on Void ability kills. You can actually start off the encounter with a grenade kill. You'll get Devour, and every Winterbite kill will extend the duration. So essentially, you'll always have it. You also have Echo Starvation, which gives you Devour on Orb or Void Breach pickup. Throw on Echo Persistence, so Devour lasts longer just in case. Now, Karnstein's Armlets is what I was actually using. This will restore large amounts of health and then continue to restore health afterwards, pretty much passively. And of course, this works on each melee kill, and this is utilized with the Winterbite melee. Now, if you have no issue staying alive, you can use an exotic that's actually gonna boost the damage of Winterbites, whether that be Winter's Guile, Syntheseps, Wormgod Caress. None of the ads here are really super beefy though, which is why staying alive is more important. Now, for my Titans out there, don't worry. You can utilize some things that can definitely keep you alive. You've got Bubble, you can take advantage of Bastion, you can use Armamentarium with 2 healing grenades. I would say Lorely, but keep in mind the sunspots will probably kill ads, and you don't want that. And of course, your Synthesept Wormgod options for boosting Winterbite's damage. As for my hunters, you can really utilize any Void aspect for invisibility or invis chaining. You can even rock something like 6 Coyote for those 2 dodges. Other things that can definitely keep you alive though include Woven Mail, Devour on any class, healing grenades. So depending on which class you choose, some of these things are easier to proc than others. But Hunter Resilience is definitely something you can utilize on all classes. I will say there's going to be a lot of enemies doing melee damage to you, most notably these Thrall, so having on maybe like a melee resist mod can help keep you alive as well. Now keep in mind, this Winterbite leveling method inevitably will be patched, but there are other 2 ways to level up all of your craftable weapons. We can still default back to running Shuro Chi with Orpheus Rig. Guys, we've done this a number of times. Essentially, you want to rock Deadfall. You want to take advantage of fragments like Echo Reprisal, where final blows when surrounded by combatants grant super energy. You also want to utilize Dynamo. This is a helmet mod that reduces super cooldown when using your class ability near targets. And the way you want to do this, guys, is when you open up the beginning of this encounter, you run past these ads and pop this tether on the stairs. You then wait for each one of these ads to start coming toward the tether. As they're getting tethered, kill them, you dodge, kill them some more, dodge again. Another set of ads will come in, and with these set of ads will be Thrall as well as Knights. Now keep the Knights alive. You want to just kill one of them at a time after you kill all these Thrall. And by this point, you should have another super very, very close. And you're going to cast your second tether on the second set of stairs. Every time you kill a Knight, another set of ads will come in, wipe those ads, and then kill another Knight, and you'll keep refreshing those ads. Now, with all this being said, as you are doing this entire farm, do not use Echo of Expulsion. This fragment states that Void ability final blows causes targets to explode. This can cause problems when trying to get weapon experience, as those explosion kills will not count towards your weapon kills. So make sure that is unequipped. Now, aside from Shuro Chi, sure, you can run grass, but keep in mind, guys, you have to juggle Ingrams, and on top of that, it's not a true 1-to-1. Another place that's also fantastic for leveling weapons is momentum control. When that playlist actually cycles in, and I know some people like Mayhem, but the beautiful thing about momentum control is it's so easy to get kills on enemies. And for the most part, it's a pretty fun playlist. The games are very, very fast. You can have craftable weapons on every single slot, so you're not only getting active weapon experience for the weapon that you're using, but you're also getting passive weapon experience for all of the weapons you have equipped. Again, guys, momentum control, when you see it back in and you don't want to just sit there and grind at Shuro Chi, go play that playlist. In the least, the leveling process will be enjoyable. Now, another really good option is the Lightfall campaign mission, Breakneck. Now, the great part about this is that you do not need to wait for it to become the weekly mission. You can just load up whenever you want from Neomuna. Now, you'll want to progress through the opening section like normal. It only takes a few minutes, and then you'll come upon a glass door. You want to break this, and and then you'll be able to get free rally barricades here, as it does not use the normal raid banners, which is an extra plus. Head on through and start killing the Vex, and the only thing you have to make sure of is not to kill the yellow bar wyvern, as this will trigger progression to the next stage of the mission. All in all, here you should be able to get around 45 kills, and it takes roughly 60 seconds to complete, giving you somewhere around 30% progress. Now you can utilize the same strategies that we use at Shuro and just use those things here. Just again, do not kill that wyvern. Now the last leveling farm option that I have for you guys is going to be the Shadowkeep mission in the deep. It's a fairly short mission, but essentially when you get to the catacombs, you'll want to pick up the cryptoglyph. Things will then start to go dark. You want to cross the bridge, head through the cave ahead. After that will be infinite waves of hive thrall every couple of seconds. Now here's just no need to restart any checkpoints. And there are some downsides to this. There's no rally flag, so for things like special and heavy, it sucks. And this mission is only in rotation every 3 weeks from the moon. Or alternatively, if you have a character that has not completed the mission in the Shadowkeep campaign, that works as well. But again, not a great spot considering you have no rally flag. For right now, until it gets patched, the Winterbite method is going to be the most efficient method as of now, but again, only for energy weapons. After this does get patched, I still do think that the Shuro method overall is still going to be the best, especially when you combine it with Tether, and Breakneck being a good alternative for Shuro, as you can keep this checkpoint indefinitely and get free rally flags. Guys, we'll be live this Tuesday playing Guardian games. We'll be rallying the Titans, and we're also going to be seeing exactly what it is Bungie is doing to buff leveling for craftable weapons. If something jumps out to us, we'll definitely let you know, and in the least, we'll pin a comment down below. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.